What is packing with you, YouTube? MTC moving the chains back again for another breakdown with the greatest football team in sports history facing off against the Pittsburgh Steelers at Heinz Field. But before we get to that, uh, shout out to BMac. How you been, man? How's your week been? It finally feels good to have a live on a Saturday. My schedule has been very very hectic. But yeah, man, how's your week been, man?
Yeah, man, it's been pretty good. Pretty slow. You know what I mean? Nothing going on too much, but here we are gonna preview a Packer game tomorrow on the road, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Should be an interesting game. Hopefully it's gonna be a good game. I got a feeling it's gonna be a good game, and let's see what these Packers can do. It's gonna be a real test, in my opinion, on the road again. Big
Oh
road game against a really solid Steelers defense and a really good, I'm not say good, but solid team that somehow got a winning record with Kyle Pitts at quarterback. So yeah,
oh, you mean Kenny Pickett?
I mean Kenny Pickett. I'm sorry, yeah, Kenny Pickett. Yeah, yeah. Some real way they got a winning record with Kenny Pickett at quarterback. So yeah.
Yeah, man. That whole division uh is playing very very well this season. It's probably one of the best divisions in the league right now in the AFC North. Everybody has a winning record over 500. Um, and you just wouldn't expect the Steelers to be playing as well as they are, but I guess this is maybe a progression on Kenny Pickett's behalf of him being. Is this his second season?
Who Kenny Pickett?
Yeah, this is his second season, right?
I think this is third season.
Oh, his third season.
I
Oh,
think so, right?
well,
He
shit.
got drafted in 2021, right? Maybe he probably sat for his first year and started his second year and something like that. I don't know. They still got Mitch Trubisky because I know they got Mitch Trubisky. He's still on the team still.
I know he played last year because they were switching him and Mitch. Kenny would play a game, or if Kenny was playing bad in one game, they would throw Mitch in there. One
Mm.
time, Mitch got in there and played worse than Kenny Pickett after they threw Kenny Pickett back in the game.
Kenny Pickett is the preseason king. That's
Hey,
what
but then
it is.
again, last year Kenny Pickett did have a winning record. So
Yeah, but
sh-
wins are not a quarterback stat.
that's true. But in this case, it's still not a quarterback stat because they have a winning record.
Yeah,
So it's all basically coaching, if that's what you want to say. You
yeah.
know what I mean? The culture and the coaching.
Her
Um,
team is 5-3, not him. I say that.
fair enough. Fair enough. Shout out to Big Nate in the motherfucking
Oh,
house. What you think?
watch me say that, and then tomorrow he's gonna light us up for 400 yards.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know.
Yeah.
It could be different.
Because
It
I guess
could be
with the
different.
Packers, real things always happen against the Packers. For some reason.
It could be different. Shout out to Big Nate. And congratulations to you, Big Nate. I don't want to, what I'm saying, put anything out there. If just congratulations, bruh, uh, to you and your family, bruh. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, man. Let's get into this breakdown, and then we'll finish it off talking about the other games in the NFC North this week. And what is this, week 10?
Yeah, I think in week 10, right?
Yeah, but before that, let's get into some of these injuries going into this game, man, because it is quite a bit of injuries that we have to go over, man. Of course, Jair Alexander is doubtful, along with Quay Walker. I don't think those two guys are going to play. Definitely, Quay Walker is not going to play. He's not playing at all. And I don't think Jair is going to play either because of what the Packers have just did. Um, they bumped up Corey Ballantyne and Carrington Valentine is who's going to be the starters on the outside, and then Keyshawn Nixon is going to be playing in the slot. Kenny Clark will be a go. He's going to play, which I'm happy he's going to be playing. But you would love to have Jair in a game like this, man. But I guess the shoulder injury is really affecting him. He didn't practice at all this week, so we got Corey Ballantyne who's going to step up. Plus, they moved up uh, Rochelle, the guy they picked up in during the I think it was what was it, the trade deadline or before the trade deadline. I forget. I know his last name is Rochelle. He played for the Carolina Panthers. So him and Enos Gaines, they probably gonna be bumped up to special teams, kickoff return. Um, Shout out to TR. So those two guys, Enos Gaines and Rochelle, will be bumped up to kickoff return, punt return. So yeah, man, we thin in the secondary, but if those guys can be coached up in a short week's notice, knowing that they got to be starting out there, um, hopefully we could see these guys play some good defense still. You know what I'm saying? We seen Carrington Valentine have an outstanding game. With his first start, filling in for Stokes and the departure of Rasul Douglas. So it'll be nice to see if he can keep a level of consistency for a second week in a row, covering that side of the field. Of course, Kenny Clark's shoulder, he's going to play this week, which I think is a good idea that he's playing. Safety Rudy Ford, I don't know if he's going to play. Uh, he was limited in practice this whole week. But we still got Jonathan Owens and rookie Anthony Johnson Jr. who can fill in for that role if Rudy Ford is not able to go. And then we got offensive line issues. Three starters. John Ryan Jr. neck. Um, if he can't play, then we'll see Sean Ryan, who did an excellent job coming in last week, really, really, really putting his hands on Aaron Donald and slowing him down to free up some lanes for Aaron Jones to break through and put up some big rushing yards to get us in the victory. Then we got our center Josh Meyer. Um, I think he has a wait. They said okay, he's gonna play. Josh Myers is gonna play. It's unclear what's going on with him. He was added to the injury report, but they don't know what the injury is. But they saying he's gonna play. Then we got Yash Nyman. Um, Yash Nyman. He missed Wednesday practice. Um, okay, he's gonna be good to go. He practiced Thursday and Friday, so he's gonna be good to go. But if he can't, then the Packers will have to roll with Rasheed Walker. So Steelers, I know Minka Fitzpatrick is not playing. And defensive lineman Montravius Adams, they both got hamstring and ankle injuries. Um, and veteran defensive lineman Cameron Hayward, he's going to be good to go after having a groin injury a couple weeks ago. So that's what they got on the injury report. But everybody on the offense is 100%. So yeah, man, the Packers got a lot going on the injury side of the football. They got to fill in guys to play this week. Um, my main concern is the offensive line right now. But if John Ryan is good to go, because I was thinking that if Josh Myers was an issue, which I'm glad he's not. Um, I was kind of concerned of who they were going to move at center. If they were going to move Zach Tom at center, or let Sean Ryan play a couple of snaps at center, or uh, I don't know what they was going to do, man. Let John Ryan run some snaps at center. So it's good to see that only one guy on our offensive line is pretty much banged up. So but no problems with the receivers, no problems with the tight ends, and no issues with the running back. That's the good news. It's just on the defensive side, you missing two good key guys that you would love to see in a matchup like this: Quay Walker and Jair Alexander. Um, but unfortunately, they won't be playing tomorrow. So we gotta go with our second guys up. So it's gonna be a tough game playing on the road. Um, we gotta block, Highsmith and T.J. Watt. They gonna be a threat on the defensive side of the ball. Um, so the Packers gonna have to be very, very meticulous with how they gonna run the football.
Do the
Uh,
that do they got that defensive veteran lineman? Uh,
yeah, Cam Hayward. Yeah, he's gonna play.
yeah, Harold. Yeah. So
Yeah, he's gonna play.
we still got to watch out for him too.
Yeah, but usually when you playing with a groin injury, you pretty much he's pretty much gonna be on the snap count. You know what I'm saying? He's
Oh,
gonna be on the snap count, so they're not gonna really try to work him that much. Especially when I think he got I don't know if he got hurt last week or the week before that, but yeah, he's gonna probably be on the snap count, and the Packers could probably steal a couple of big plays, run plays, against this defensive front, which I think is probably the weakest thing that we will be facing this tomorrow when it comes to dealing with the Steelers. I think their interior defensive line is probably where we're gonna have to try to, run the football. We could probably still get away with some outside runs with Aaron Jones. You know, like I was telling you before we went live. Um, TJ Watt is not a Max Crosby. You know what I'm saying? He's going to play whatever defense they tell him to play. He's going to line up on whatever side he could win the match at. Of course, that's what he's going to do. But he's not like Max Crosby where he could just freelance and do whatever the hell he want on the defensive line. You know what I'm saying? So not to say that TJ Watt is not a huge threat because he really is. You know what I'm saying? We really, really gotta, what I'm saying, put some tight ends over there. He's going to probably have to be double teamed. But I like what the Packers did effectively against Aaron Donald last week. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the double teams worked out. Sean Ryan held his own against Aaron Donald on one matchups that led to some good runs for Aaron Jones, and hopefully we could get that again this week against the Steelers. As far as Jordan Love, it's basically going to have to come down to play calling and execution with Jordan Love. And knowing that we full strength that receiver with no injuries holding us back, I think Matt LaFleur is going to try to get Luke Musgrave a little bit more involved in the passing game. Um, you might see Aaron Jones get involved in the passing game. We might try to play quick, which I like against the Steelers. Um, um, we got to play fast against this team, man. We can't come out there and let them get set and read whatever offense we in. Then that way, they'll have us figured out. So We just got to play up tempo. I like the fact that Matt LaFleur had everybody in pads this whole week because he knows it's going to be a physical game. So he put the memo out there like, hey, we got to come play. We got to come play some physical football up in Heinz Field because that's all that the AFC North knows how to do is play physical football. So we're gonna have to match the intensity of the Steelers' offense and defense. You know what I'm saying? This team is not no slouch. They got to win a record for a reason. As far as the defensive side of the ball, man, our guys got to get home on pass plays. You know what I'm saying? We got to force Kenny Pickett to do some uncharacteristic things in the pocket to where we could, capitalize on some turnovers. You know what I'm saying? If we could slow Najee Harris down and if we could slow Najee Harris down and not let him have any big runs on third down and what's the other running back they got? I think his name is Jerron Warren, little speed back. We got to watch out for him too in the screen when they start running their screen plays. And I think Carrington Valentine, I think he's going to be ready for the screen plays. So we might have a chance to see a pick six with this secondary out there if Kenny Pickett make a mistake. So uh, as far as us winning this game, I think we have a chance. You know what I'm saying? I think we have a chance to win this game. But if we win this game, it's gonna be ugly. It's not gonna be pretty. It might come down to a field goal, or it might come down to us making the least amount of mistakes and cutting down on the penalties. Um,
Mm.
and not only that, moving the ball down the field. You know what I'm saying? Moving the chains. Like we're gonna have to really, really move the chains. This game is gonna be it's gonna be a tough game. The Steelers gonna come ready to play. Uh I'm not I'm not gonna say anything bad about Mike Tomlin because he's had a winning record for years and obviously he knows how to coach a team to win. So um Matt LaFleur is going to have to be aggressive but smart with his play calling in this game. You know what I'm saying? So um, I don't have a score, but I think the Packers could pull it off if they, you know what I'm saying, limit the penalties on offense, um, get in the red zone, score however you can. We know touchdowns are the main thing. But if you got a chance to take three, take the three. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to start, oh, let's go for it on 4th and 2. If you do that, I hope it works out. But I'd rather you do that when it's late in the game and you're trying to win. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If it's early in the game, just take the 3 points. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a safe thing to do, but you can still be aggressive by playing smart football and taking the points you know you could get. Plus, you need to build the confidence back in the kicker who's been missing field goals in games. So you got to build his confidence back up, throw a little bit of trust in his back pocket, and see if he could cash in on it. So, uh, yeah, man, all three phases of the football game is going to have to come down to winning this football game. We're going to have to put Jordan Love in good field position. Uh, the defense is going to have to play smart physical football. Like, I believe Kenny Pickett could make mistakes in this game. And it like and I think it could cost the Steelers. Like they've been riding high for a minute. You know what I'm saying? They went out to LA, beat the Rams, you know what I'm saying? Beat the Titans. So, they haven't lost in a while. And I could see the Packers going out there to Heinz Field and probably upsetting the Steelers at home. You know what I'm saying? Uh we playing with our backs against the wall right now. Trying to trying to jump back into this NFC conference, jump back into the dance, and see if we can make something happen. Because if you look at how the conference is, it's still close, man. it's still close. Like we just seen the 49ers lose 3 games in a row.
Yep.
We've been seeing the Cowboys lose. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? The only 2 teams that's not really losing is the damn Kansas City Chiefs and the best team in the NFL right now, the Philadelphia Eagles. So, you know, everybody else is falling underneath that category. But
I,
I'll let you have the floor. Go ahead.
I think first and foremost, I think the Ravens are the best team in the league.
Yeah, yeah, that's you know what, that's debatable. I don't disagree with you right there. Lamar Jackson, Buckwheat Jackson has been playing outstanding football this year, and I can't. They already talking about that. If he keep playing like this, he could be the MVP. He could be the MVP.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on us going into this game, man? How you feel about it? Uh,
Whew.
with no all of the injuries and how do you see this game panning out for the Green Bay Packers on the road in Heinz Field, facing off against the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, man. To me, man, this game is a pick 'em, man. Like this game is a coin flip. Um,
Yeah,
I don't, I don't. I'm not really like. I don't think it's gonna be no cakewalk for us. This is a road game. The last time the pack or the last few games the Packers been on the road, they haven't played that well.
right,
Um, so again, this is a solid team. With a solid defense, a head coach in Mike Tomlin, like you said, who's already a Hall of Fame coach. You
right,
know what I mean? Hasn't have a losing record. You, you know his team is gonna be ready to play. They always play hard for him, and I just hope that and again, this is a very physical football team. They play physical, they hit physical, they get at you physical. Um and um and I hopefully, you know, Matt LaFleur can get this team to be physical as well. To me, we not a physical football team. Um
right,
but we are a very young team and we're very finding our way team. But I do think that no I do think this is gonna be like a low scoring. I can see this game be like a low scoring game. Um, but I think we gotta for us to win this game. I think we have to run the ball. We have to use Jones like we did last week against the Rams. Um, you know, let him loose, get his 25 touches. Um, have him set the tone and help Jordan Love with the play action. Get like I said, get Luke Musgrave involved. Get hopefully he can have a little bit of a coming out party. Hopefully we see more Romeo Dobbs.
mm.
And I want to see less of Christian Watson. In
What?
in my opinion.
What? This
Okay,
is the game.
hold on.
This is the game. I'm saying
Let me explain.
right now. This is the game where I think Christian Watson will have not a huge breakout, but you'll see a little bit of resemblance of what he did last year. I'm gonna go that far. I'm not gonna say he's gonna have 279 receiving yards and 18 touchdowns. I'm not saying that. He might have a touchdown. It might be around 70 something yards. But I think that um, with him having, I mean, I think he'll have a big play. I think he'll have a big significant play in this game tomorrow. I think he will, just by how the Florida offense was last week, and he had that one big catch down the field. So I think this time it might be one big catch, but this time it might be for a touchdown. It might be for a touchdown. So that's just one of the things I'm saying. That's just one of the things I'm saying. But you're right, Romeo Dubs. I would love to see him show up. My bad for cutting you off, man. You
That's all
want to
right.
go?
No, but what I meant by that, I just hope we don't be feed forcing them. You know what I
Okay, I
mean?
feel
Too
yeah, yeah,
much. Hopefully we can let the game come to him, and then
right.
like you said, we catch him with that big play action TD pass some way somehow. You know what I mean, in the end zone, something like that. That's what I meant. But I didn't say bench him or don't go to him. I'm just saying that because we have been trying to force him involved. You know me, last few games. So I just hope hopefully Matt LaFleur learn his lesson and not try to be doing all that because we don't have a Rogers to Devontae like that. Not
Yeah,
now.
right, right.
At least not right now. Maybe down the road, but right now we still trying to find ourselves as a young team. But
I
yeah,
would love, I would love to see Matt draw up some things where he could get Christian Watson more in space. You know what I'm saying? Where he could motion him over, line him up in the slot, and then have him do like some kind of little, uh, 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 some kind of little mesh route underneath, catch it, get open in space, get some blockers in front of him, and see if he could work himself down the field. Just trying to see if Jordan Love could air it out. Like if you look at how Miami go about getting the ball in their receivers' hands, they don't really try to go for no big play. They try to work them into the game. They start with some underneath routes, some 5 yard
yards
outs, some 5 yard
after
ins.
the catch.
Yeah, some quick
Yeah,
slings just
yeah,
to get their motor going. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Then they try to work in a big play downfield where they might, run a couple of run plays with
yeah.
most
Tyreek Hill.
the secondary
Yeah.
to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, they might even run the ball with he said, what is the position group each of you will be keeping a close yeah. Um uh yeah, but yeah, just to finish up what I was saying, we'll answer that TR. Um Yeah, like get George, get Christian Watson feet wet. You know what I'm saying? Get some short passes to him. Let him get comfortable with uh, uh him and Jordan Love kind of clicking. You know what I'm saying? Get some momentum going. Just get them in a flow. You know what I'm saying? To where they read and reaction time can be in sync. Because I remember Aaron would do that to Devontae until they just you know, clicked and they can make anything happen. Man, run down the field. I'll throw it down there. I know you're gonna be open. You know what I'm saying? But as far as with Jordan Love and Christian Watson, we don't need to be having these two just trying to air it out. No, get your guy comfortable. That's what Zach Wilson does with Garrett Wilson. He gets him comfortable. He catch the short stuff. Same thing with Stephon Diggs. They start catching the short stuff first. You'll be looking at their stat like, damn, we got 2 catches for 12 yards, and then as soon as halftime is over with, they got 114 yards and 2 touchdowns because they worked them in the system. They worked them in the playbook. They worked them in the script. You know what I'm saying? They just wasn't trying to, come up with these big plays down the field where your quarterback is either overthrowing the ball or underthrowing the ball. But to answer TR's question, what is the position group each of you will be keeping a close eye on? I got two. Uh, I'm gonna be really looking at the cornerback position because they got to play against some tough studs on that offensive side of the ball with George Pickens and Deontay Johnson. Um, and they got a pretty good tight end too. I think his name is Fairmouth or something like that. The tight end, and I'm gonna be seeing what Carrington Valentine and Corey Valentine is doing, and also I'm gonna be looking at this offensive line to see if what did they learn this week. As far as trying to block Highsmith and T.J. Watt, especially if they force us to play a base offense, then it's gonna be it's gonna get ugly if they force us to be in base offense all game because they like to play a lot of man. They like to play a lot of man, and they that's why I'm saying that I think Christian Watson's probably gonna have a big play in this game because Pittsburgh Steelers they love to play a lot of man, and we got speed. So you might see a Deontay Wicks. I mean, a Datavion Wicks might have a big play. Reed might have a big play. Romeo might have a big play. So we gotta. That's what I'm looking. You got. You gonna answer the question? You want to answer the question, Bernard?
Uh, what position groups I've been? I'm gonna say the running back position. Um, I want to see if they keep Jones on that, you know,
Mm,
on that track like he from last week. I want to
right.
see what AJ Dillon does. I want to see what type of game that he's gonna have. Is it gonna be one of them bounce back revenge AJ Dillon games, or is it gonna be one of them like uh once in a while show up AJ Dillon get stuffed on 3rd and 2, you know what I mean, and we don't see no explosive enough. So I'm gonna keep my eye on running back position. Like you said, man, I think this could be a good game for our wide receivers to really have a day. You know what I mean? Especially like you said, Christian Watson, Reed might go off in this game. Like I said, he got a ton of speed. So if we can but it all comes down to execution and
Right.
play calling though. So Matt LaFleur, we gotta be creative in that playbook, and try to get these guys open and scheme up these wide receivers. So
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. Plus, you know what I'm saying. I'm excited to see this what this team is gonna do on the road. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't stress that enough at the beginning of the season that this team has to win on the road. If you can win on the road, it'll be a lot easier for you to win at home. You know what I'm saying? So
mhm,
uh it'll be good to see this team get another road win. The last time we won on the road, we were in Chicago.
mhm.
So yeah, I think the Packers are due for a road win this week. Um, but we'll see. We will see.
Mm.
You got it. You got any score predictions for this game?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 16-13. Pack.
16-13, the Packers. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
you did say it was you think it's gonna be a low scoring game.
I think so. It's going to be one of them slugfest games again against a physical, gritty team on the road. Um, I
Right.
can't see us going in there and lighting them up. It would be great, but I can't not against this team. So I think, and it can go either way. It's Pittsburgh might escape with 16-13 win. You never know. Like this could go either way. Um, but I
Yeah,
said we come
man.
out, but I'm gonna say we come out on the winning side. And it's gonna be like a 16-13, and we will stop. And first win the game, it's gonna be a stop on 4th and 10 on defense.
Oh, you think
Defense.
they go? You think they go 4 and out?
I think the defense is gonna win us the game at the end.
Okay, okay.
I think it's gonna
That's
be like a nail. I think it's gonna be like a nail biter. We're gonna be on the edge of our seat. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna sit there and watch Tom Grassi live stream, and he's gonna be yelling and screaming and hollering and fourth down, the game's over. And then I'm gonna be yelling too at my TV, and it's gonna be one of them. And look, I can see a lot of sloppiness too, man. A lot of penalties still on our end, holding something like that.
oh
But
yeah, the penalties.
but
We got we ranked number one in false starts.
yeah,
We ranked number one in delayed games,
yeah.
and I think we ranked number one in another penalty stat. We got the most in. I forget what it was, but it's like three of them.
But I do think we got enough playmakers to make enough plays. I do think Kyle Pickett is gonna Kenny Pickett, right?
Tr Tr. If it's at +8, I'm betting over.
Uh, yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I can see us being flags
Betting
on
I'm betting over.
uh false starts, holding. You know what I mean? Illegal man downfield, blocking the back on both sides of the ball. But
Yeah, man.
I do think we're gonna do enough to win, and I think Kyle Pickett might make a mistake, like a fumble and something like that, recovery and something like that. And I do think we get out there with the win. And yeah, man, gonna be yelling in the top of our lungs, but I think we're gonna. But at the end of the day, man, we'll come out with the win. So I got 16-13 pack defense wins the game going
Hey,
out. We
hey,
ride.
we are the highest scoring team in the second half of games. So that's
True.
a positive right there
Yeah.
with the Packers. So hopefully we can, uh, contribute to the second half scoring with some first
Yeah.
half scoring. So
It's probably gonna be like
that's
three
great.
or three.
Great, Matt LaFleur. We could get some, some more, let's try for about 14 points in the first half this time. Can we go for that? Can we go for 14 in the first half to really, you know what I'm saying, put some
Well,
pressure on the other team, and
we're not
then
known
keep
to
up
get
with
off
our
to hot
second half
starts.
scoring with 15.5, and that way we could have close to a 30-point game.
We're
Matt, I
not
know you
known.
got it in you. I know
I
you
don't
got
know.
it. But
Matt, I mean, we see. I mean, we know. I mean, no, if we can come out hot and finish hot, that would be great. But we not, until we see that, because look, we known for coming out, starting off slow, having
yep,
3 points at halftime, and then set third quarter, we come out waking up and play. So I don't know, but yeah, that's my score though.
man, I want to do a score prediction, but I'm gonna leave it in the football god's hands, man, with this
Yeah,
game.
leaving the football guys' hands. That's all we can do.
All right, man, let's go. Let's take a deep dive into the NFC North. Since we're at the halfway point, um, the 0-16 Lions are 6-2. The Minnesota Vikings are at 5-4. The Green Bay Packers follow up with that with a 3-5 record, and the Bears close it out at 3-7. Good win for them on Thursday night, beating a team that that beating a team that they know they have their second pick in the draft. Thank you, NFL, for that. We really wanted to see that. We knew the Bears were going to win that game. Come on now, Jesus Christ. So we have the Lions facing off against the San Diego / Los Angeles Chargers in LA. I really want to go to this game, but I promised my dad that I would hang out with him at the bar and watch some football with his ass. So, hey, Dad, if you're watching this, I will be at the bar with you tomorrow, tossing back some cold ones. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, pops. We got the Lions facing off against the Chargers. I think the Lions are gonna lose. I'm gonna pick the Chargers to win.
Mm.
Uh, I don't have no explanation why or an opinion. I just want to see the Lions lose on the road. I just want to see them lose a game. Um, and then we have the Vikings facing off against the Saints. With the Saints on the road in Minnesota, and I got a feeling Derek Carr is going to blow this game and let the Vikings win.
Mm.
I really do. I think Derek Carr is going to do some bonehead shit in this game, and he's going to let the Vikings get away with a win. He's going to let Josh Dobbs get a win. So, yeah, I'm rolling with the Vikings to win against the Saints and the Chargers to beat the Lions.
Mm.
Yeah, that's who I got. Who you think gonna win out of those two matchups in the NFC North?
Um, Yeah, man. I shocked that you picked the Chargers to beat the Lions. I got the Lions to beat the Chargers. I just think that the Chargers somehow are gonna charger it up. They're gonna do Brandon Staley's gonna do some boneheaded shit. It's gonna cost the team the game.
That could be true.
Um, Herbert is gonna. I don't know. Justin Herbert's overrated to me, man. But um, Herbert is gonna choke it at the end with an interception somehow. Um, I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that people say he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I'm not gonna go that far yet. He's got to win a playoff game or win a MVP for me to say that. Um, but yeah, I got the who the Detroit beat the Raiders, right? Yeah, they beat the
Yeah,
Raiders.
they beat the Raiders
Uh,
at home, and then they
Cost
have to
Josh
fly.
McDaniels. Got Josh McDaniels. Oh, the Lions got Josh McDaniels fired. That's funny.
But then they got to fly all the way to L.A. Like they played at home, and then they have to fly all the way to L.A. And
Oh,
they
I
played
shouldn't
on
be.
Monday night, so
Oh,
on
that should
the
be
short week, I just don't. It might be a close game, but I could see the Lions losing it.
um yeah. Oh, by the way, AKA Jimmy Glass got benched. So I just want to throw that out there. Um, by a rookie. So that's my little uh
Nah,
uh.
they just getting rid of all of the Patriot way bullshit. And if y'all read the stories of what went on in the Raiders locker room after the game, it seemed like every player wanted to have a word with Josh McDaniels. And I guess once Antonio Pierce, the interim head coach they have now, spoke up to the guys to stop them from going at Josh McDaniels, and he told a story
uh
about how they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yo, that's so a toxic
And
organization, man. So
and,
toxic.
and Josh McDaniels got up and said, "Don't you dare disrespect the Patriots like that." And then that's when that's
See,
when
this is why the Raiders would never win a Super Bowl. They will never win a Super Bowl.
that's when Al Davis what's the son name? What's
Um,
Al Davis's son name that owned the team now? Mark.
yeah,
Mark Mark had to get rid of Josh McDaniels and all the coaches he brought with him, so they let Antonio Pierce take over right after the Raiders football team had a mutiny against head coach Josh McDaniels. But that's a different
whatever.
subject for another day. We,
Uh,
we ain't
and
talking about
then
a team
we
like
got the Vikings
that.
and Saint. Well, we got the Vikings and Saints. Yeah, man, I'm going with the Vikings, man. I'm going with Joshua Dobbs to get his second win against with the Vikings. I think the Vikings are having momentum right now.
Yeah.
Um, I think Justin Jefferson's going to be back. Um, so I think that I just think that they're riding high. So right now, and I think they're gonna beat. As much as I hate to say it, I think they're gonna beat the Saints. I like you said, I could see Derek Carr costing them the game at the end. It's probably gonna be a close tight game, and I can see Derek Carr doing a pick or fumble with the ball or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
and it's not like I mean, they got the Vikings got that safety. I think he's had like two interceptions in the last two games.
yeah,
Uh he had the big game against the 49ers when the Vikings destroyed them. So yeah, they got some studs on defense where I think that they smart enough to get an interception from Derek Carr tomorrow, man. So
yeah,
that's probably going to be a prop pick that I'm going to be betting on is Derek Carr throwing an interception against the Vikings on the road. So
yeah.
uh, I could see that happening. Um, yeah, but another thing too, Joshua Dobbs, he knows when to get the hell up out of the pocket and start running. So that was another thing that he did that was huge in the game that they won. I forget who they played. Oh,
The Falcons.
the Falcons, yeah. He ran a ball out of the pocket at the right time and ran one in for a touchdown. So If he's smart enough to do that against the Saints, then I think the Vikings will have a pretty good chance of beating the Saints while they on the road. But yeah, I think the Chargers going to beat the Lions, and hopefully the Packers can go on the road and steal one from the Steelers, and we could jump back up into this NFC North and compete. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Start competing, start trying to win some of these games, despite how we win them, whether they
Hmm.
ugly games or whether they will soon turn into blowout games once we really get this offense clicking and seeing what it really can do when everything is in sync. But until
Hmm.
then, man, we just gotta grind them out. Gotta grind them out, man.
Yep.
So before we finish up, we will be live after the game. Um, hopefully, you guys can come back and join us on moving the chains. Um, Now we starting to see football get a little bit interesting. Starting to see a lot of these teams finding their identity. Some are still late blooming, and that won't be seen until the end of the season. Which teams are inconsistent, just like inconsistent as bad as the Giants are. Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired, shots fired at all Giants fans. Shots fired. Um, So yeah, with that being said, man, before we end this show, we like to leave y'all with a go pack, go.